Hi, my name is Byron Cox. My wife, Stacy, and I are worship leaders here at New Hope Community Church. We have a traditional service and a contemporary service for which we're responsible for picking out the music, the special music, as well as the congregational singing. Sometimes we find that the songs that we sing are just packed full of content, biblical references, and ideas that just require more than just a brief passing over as we sing them. And one of the songs that over the years has jumped out at me is the song, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. It's 3 verses. As I'm starting this video series, this is my first video. As I'm starting this, I'm just mostly sharing my observations. I'm not planning on winning any theological debate or argument with anyone about the intent of the lyrics just as they speak to me and as I understand them. So I'm going to go through actually just the first verse of this song because there's so much packed in here. And it starts, Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing call for songs of loudest praise. So the first thing that jumps out at me is, and you can't pick up on this as you're just singing through this. First of all, I don't consider this really a worship song. I consider this more of a prayer or a response song. We're singing this to God. Come, thou fount of every blessing. Tune my heart to sing thy grace. This is an old-fashioned radio with the dial that's not a digital dial. So if you're anywhere near my age and have had the experience of trying to get a radio station to tune in, maybe a ball game or a music station, and sometimes as you're moving the dial back and forth, you get a lot of static, and then you hit the station, but you went right past it, and then you got to come back, and sometimes it takes a few seconds to get it tuned in properly. And as I sing that phrase, tune my heart to sing thy grace, I think of how all day long there are other things coming out of my mouth and other thoughts running through my brain that are out of tune. And the prayer here is, let me be in tune so what comes out of my mouth, an expression of my heart, is singing of God's grace. And he uses both the words in these phrases, grace and mercy. Just a little thing that I learned a few years back. Justice is when you get what you deserve. Mercy is when you don't get what you deserve. And grace is when you get something good that you don't deserve. And he uses both grace and mercy in these phrases. The call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flaming tongues above. So right about there, a lot of people are just, we've lost them. Teach me some melodious sonnet. So sonnet would be poems. I think of Shakespeare when I think of sonnets. So melodious sonnet would be some sort of song. Teach me some sort of song. What kind of song? Teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flaming tongues above. I believe that's referring to angels. No offense to Chris Tomlin or Keith and Kristen Getty or Stuart Townend, but I want to sing what the angels are singing. How great will that be if what I'm singing, if my praise, when I get tuned up properly, what's coming out of my mouth is the same thing that's being sung by the angels that are at the throne room of God and singing, and they're singing, holy, 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 and who knows what all else. I want to sing that. And then the last line of the first verse, this is just the first verse. Praise his name, I'm fixed upon it, name of God's redeeming love. In the older version of this, it says, praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. And I believe what it's referring to there is, and it took me a lot of years to catch this. Maybe I'm just slow. But the Mount Calvary. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon. I'm looking to the one from whom salvation came for us through his death on Mount Calvary. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love.